Chelsea looking over their shoulders at Spurs then, Merce. Are they looking over their shoulders, in terms of hanging on to their top 4 place now? No. They're 12 points adrift in third in a table that they led. Yeah?
Nah. No way they won't be in the top 4 at the end of the season. We are January the 22nd. Yeah. Mark my words.
OK. The reason I asked that is because Thomas Tuchel said we are mentally tired and physically tired. And, the cynic in me might say, well, it's football, play the game. And a lot of people have said that was their 6th game since January the 1st and only Brighton's 4th. But the factors for me is, since December the 1st, in less than 2 months, Chelsea have played 15 times. 15 times. And it's not going to get any easier. They've got Premier League, Club World Cup, Champions League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup. It will not get easier for them.
Yeah. The problem that I see there, and it is, there's a lot of games. They've got a big squad. He's changing it too much, especially up front. He's changed it too much. When you play 3 up front, the way they play the centre forward and then the 2 either side, you've got to have them playing together for a while. You can't just throw 3 players in there, expect them all to know what they're going to do, flicking balls around the corner. One makes a run in there, one drops off. And that's what's happening at the moment. It's just changing all the time. The midfield 3, it's always out of Jorginho, Kovacic and Kante. Them 3, 2 of them will always play. It's the front 3 that worries me. It's always changing every week. You never get any rhythm. And they're all kind of different players. And you see it the other night. You see it against Brighton. Ziyech makes an unbelievable turn. He turns a great little turn, and he goes to put in Lukaku. Now, because they're not always playing with each other, and I think he probably's got to run with that further with the ball, and then he gives Lukaku a bit of opportunity to let the player come in. He doesn't. Lukaku gets the ump, and then they start arguing, and it just. And when I go and watch the games, Lukaku doesn't get involved. The ball's down the left and Lukaku's out on the right. He won't come across and get involved. He has to come across because he has to be that man who stands on the edge of the box where you can ping it into him. And Michael will tell you do not want Lukaku on the edge of the box, holding you up, feeling you like that and getting the ball into feet. And you've got people like Mount and whoever it may be, Havertz, Werner. You know what? Who's going to be playing this Sunday? We could all go along here today now and say who's the front 3 for Sunday, and we might none of us get it right. Yeah. Now that just tells you everything.
No, it's not necessarily just front 3 either, is it? No Mount against Manchester City, no Kovacic against Brighton. But I mean, is it an unhappy camp, Clinton? Because that's what people are suggesting. And we looked at the Ziyech goal, and the lack of celebration. What did you read into it?
Yeah, you could say that. I don't know if there's unhappy. Obviously, there's something.
He didn't exactly look happy.
He didn't look happy. No, he didn't look happy. He didn't look happy. But yeah, you should always be happy when you score a goal. But he wasn't happy, and the body language doesn't look good. But probably inside he's happy. He's just scored a goal. Jeff, you can't tell me he's not happy. There's a lot of talk.
Well, he's a picture of happiness.
Yeah,
isn't he?
No, but he's not happy.
So
all right.
joyful.
So you know what? He's proven a point. Then something's happened in the game, and he's not happy in himself. So he's put the ball in the back of the net, and I've seen it many a times where you've got the hump and you're thinking, I'm not celebrating. I'm going to prove a point, and that's what he's done. Put the ball in the back of the net and prove the point. He's not gone around celebrating. So he's not happy inside. But I think that goes with the whole camp. I don't think Lukaku's happy at the moment.
He's behind the 8 ball at Chelsea.
Yeah,
behind the 8 ball. He's under pressure. When he's in the game, he does something wrong.
Yeah,
the fans are on him. That was a...
But, Merce, if you score... So he's proven... Yeah,
that's what he's saying.
Because you go to all the games, so you'll know. So he's saying, the fans are on me. That's what I can do. I'm not going to go and celebrate with you because you're having a go at me.
That's what I personally think.
I think it's an unhappy camp.
Yeah, he's unhappy camp.
I think it's an unhappy camp.
I think
from an outset, you look at the ball, you look at the body language, and we've been plays when things aren't going quite right as a team. You see the ball down to Lukaku the other week. It wasn't the end of the world. The ball when they're at Manchester City.
Is a great turn.
What a turn! Incredible.
Now he's got to go,
it's not the greatest ball, but it's not the worst thing that's ever happened. It's like just play it inside.
Have they all still got the hump of the Lukaku?
Well, he's waving his arms. Look at yourself. It wasn't a great pass, but he wanted it inside. I can understand that. But it goes back to when they played against Man City, Mersh. You touched on they had opportunities, I'm looking Lukaku when he runs through, he's 18 yards out, straight the ball. That's not you. He tried to reverse one, didn't he, to Ziyech?
Yeah.
I think that's not you trying to thread a pass. You're not like that. You're
not
big,
confident.
physical.
I just don't think
Straight
they're
the
getting
ball.
You know, there's one player that does play. If we all sat down here every single Saturday and said, name one player that definitely plays this weekend, we'd all say Rudiger and the goalie. Then you'd say Mount. Yeah. Then you'd say Mount. And Mount's...
But Mount didn't play last week.
That's what I mean.
City.
He didn't play against Man City in a must-win football match to have any chance of winning the Premier League title. Was a must-win football match, and he plays in all the big games. Yeah. Then he comes on with 5 minutes to go. There was 2 substitutions before Mount. You know,
Thomas Tuchel's come out this week. He's been critical of the front players, hasn't he?
But they've got no rhythm. You know, it's like you playing with a centre half every other week. How are you ever going to get that? Yeah. It's the same with...
I think he's had so many players, Mercy. He started changing it. He was messing around with a side when it wasn't enforced. And in his COVID times, all of a sudden, the following week, he's having to rest someone because he's got COVID. You know, and I think he made too many changes. I think he should have played his strongest team all of the time. I know it's very difficult to know what your strongest team is when you've got so many international players in the thing, but he should know. He's with them every single day. At the moment, they're playing a style of football that doesn't suit the number 9. Now, we all give them a chance to win the Premier League because of one person, Romelu Lukaku. Not now. Not now.
I mean,
it's not Romelu's fault.
The 2 wing-backs have been a big miss.
Oh, huge.
James and Chilwell, they were flying at the time.
But you need to find someone who can get, even if it's Hudson-Odoi playing on the right wing-back, get down the line, get the ball into the box and feed him. Get him. He's not a centre forward who wants to play on the halfway line with his back to goal.
No.
He wants to show you his number as a midfield player, and you roll the ball in behind, and no one catches him, and he scores goals. He's a proven goal scorer in the Premier League. He'd done it at West Brom when he was there. He'd done it at Everton. He'd done it at Man United, and at Chelsea. When he went in, there was all big smiles. There's big smiles everywhere at that camp. All of a sudden now they're winners. I understand why. They cannot win the Premier League, so they feel disheartened about that now. They don't want to play for second best, but they're going to have to roll their sleeves up. There's still a lot to play for them. There's a cup final for them. They've got to. Champions League starts again in February. But they can't just switch it on and off come February. They need to build their way into it.
You can't do that.
But he can't just play his strongest team now, can he? Because they've got so many competitions to come. He can't play the strongest team in the Premier League and the Club World Cup or Club World Championship and the Champions League and the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup.
I think you can, Jeff. I think you've got to play your best team what's fit. And if someone picks up injuries so you can bring another international win, he might be not the quality in your mind of the one you played in the first place. But there's so many interruptions now because of COVID. You end up resting someone, you end up resting them for a month because they end up catching COVID next week. Play your best team when it's what's available to you at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, this game looks after itself. You know, this looks after itself. This is the biggest game of the season, you know, and if they win this, that'll put that to bed and then you won't be able to ask that question again.
OK.
Well, Arsenal got to finish in the top 4 somewhere, haven't they, Must?
Yeah, they will. Well, I didn't say they wouldn't. I didn't say they wouldn't.
Yeah, so who misses out then? Tottenham and West Ham?
Yeah, probably. Ooh, well, Chelsea, eh? Whatever happens, Chelsea are not missing.
No,
I mean, what's happening here?
Yeah,
I've been away for a few weeks.